Good morning. Today we're going to be talking about cancer and Cancer 101. Cancer is a family of diseases characterized by a loss of control of cell growth. It can result in a tumor and then further on in a malignancy where it spreads throughout the body.
What is he even talking about? I'm so confused.
Man, I really want to learn more about this, but that'd make me way too nerdy for the football team.
Wow, cancer sounds terrible. I know there's no cure, but there's got to be some way to treat it, right?
Did he say malignancy? More like pregnancy.
Many people know about the devastating effects of cancer, but what most people don't know are the ways that we can treat it. We're on our way right now to learn more about a new technique used to treat cancer. We decided to go to the Fred Hutch Cancer Research Center to learn more about a new technique called CAR T-cell therapy. There we spoke with expert Alex Salter to find out exactly how CAR T-cell therapy works.
So right now, my lab and we work on perfecting CAR T cells for different types of B-cell malignancies. So these are different leukemias and lymphomas that arise from B cells in your body. We also CAR T cells for multiple myeloma. This is also a sort of a type of differentiated B cell in your body. And then we also have a third trial open for breast and lung cancer. And so we currently have three different types of CARs that we use, a different CAR for each trial. And then we're also exploring other new types of CAR targets for other cancers.
Here, let's explain Alex's work more in depth. This is Bob, and he has a B-cell malignancy known as leukemia, and has lived with it for the past 2 years. He recently found out he was a candidate for CAR T-cell therapy, aka chimeric antigen receptor therapy. Today he is going to the doctor to have his blood drawn. His blood consists of many red and white blood cells, one of which is a T cell. Then scientists such as Alex extract the T cells from Bob's blood, and using the DNA of an inactivated virus, such as HIV, the T cell develops CARs. These CARs have the ability to recognize cancer cells, which allows them to bind to the cancerous fragments presented by the MHC molecule on the surface of the cancer cell. Without these receptors, Bob's normal immune system response would be downgraded or completely blocked by the cancerous cells. This is due to his normal T-cell receptors being a different shape and not being able to bind to the cancer cell, or his immune system response recognizing cancerous cells as healthy and not being activated.
And many patients with cancer who get enrolled in our studies have previously undergone lots of different chemotherapy regimens, and their cells aren't very healthy. The T cells that we're using may not have as much gusto as we would like them to. Other reasons are that cancer is kind of a wily beast. It's pretty good at evading targets or targeted therapies, and so if we try to attack it with one prong using a CAR T cell, it can evolve and try to get around our method of attack. CAR T cells more effective is maybe we design a couple different types of CAR T cells to attack the cancer from different directions so that it's harder for it to evolve. There are a couple different areas of focus. One is to identify new targets on other cancers that we can go after. So like most new cancer therapies, we don't say we're going to go after all of breast cancer or all of lung cancer. We try to find a molecular target to go after. To get CAR T cells sort of more widely available, we will need to develop new manufacturing methods. So we need to allow smaller labs to either produce CAR T cells, or we need to sort of centralize manufacturing so that we can manufacture them in one place and then ship them out around the country. The major risk that we know of right now with people that we see in individuals who receive CAR T cells for B-cell malignancies like leukemias and lymphomas is that they get very sick after they get their CAR T cells. And this sickness we call cytokine release syndrome. These patients can get very high fevers, they can get a very fast heart rate, they can feel really crummy for a few days, and this is actually a sign that the CAR T cells are working. And in some cases, this syndrome can get so bad that it can result in death. And so some of these patients have ended up in the ICU. Those types of problems used to happen in the trials a few years ago, but haven't happened recently as we've learned more about how to manage them, and then how to give the right amount of T cells so that we can kill the cancer, but not give too many so that we can make the person feel really, really bad.
You know, going into this, I just thought of it as another science project. Just get a good grade and hopefully learn something from it. But something was different about this one. It wasn't just about science or learning. It was so much more. It was about love, family. It was about the connections you make with people throughout your life, whether it be the small ones or the ones that make a difference. The harsh reality is that cancer is taking this away from 7.6 million people each year. That number is only getting higher. We as humans see this as another problem. We can either accept it or do something about it. We must come together as a species when a problem like this exists. People like Alex, who devote life and knowledge into finding a cure, sometimes come out empty-handed, yet remain persistent in the fight towards cancer. Scientists, researchers, and doctors from around the globe come together as one to work towards a common goal, which is to save lives. We will go to great lengths in doing so, because we all know that one life is worth more than all the money in the world. Thank you.